Testing 1 2 3 sound check. Okay, clear.
Tes.
Okay, kita mulai. Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. Yang berusaha Timbalan Ketua Pustakawan Puan Radha Banu Jan Muhammad, Dr. Zulfa, Jawatan Kuasa Promosi Kampus Kecederaan. Yang berusaha Encik Syafni Ghazali, Pengetua MRSM Transkriyani Bung Tebal, Pustakawan-pustakawan, Ketua-ketua bahagian Perpustakaan Universiti Sains Malaysia, pelajar-pelajar kampus kecederaan, adik-adik daripada MRSM Transkriyani Bung Tebal, dan juga penonton yang sedang menonton kita di Facebook Live Perpustakaan Kecederaan. Terima kasih kerana hadir pada hari ini ya. Okay, hari ini kita bawakan kepada semua Cik Vanmitha Athimoolan. Okay. Okay, teruja pagi ni saya tengok adik-adik bersama-sama dengan kita buka fresh, comel dan cute untuk kongsikan, untuk dengarkan sharing pada pagi ni ya. Okey. Seperti yang sedia maklum ya. Cik Wan, panggil Cik Wan, kita adalah woman, first woman rocket engineer, space enthusiast. Tak habis lagi sebut tagline tu. From zero to the hero of the nation, dan juga team leader Wow Rocketry. Tepuk lagi. Okay. Pada Jun yang lalu ya, kita punya pasukan tim ya, yang diketuai oleh Cik Van telah menyertai persidangan kejuaraan roket antara kolej sedunia ya, yang diadakan di Amerika Syarikat, di New Mexico ya. Betul. And then pasukan ini telah berjaya memenangi 12 tempat ke-12 ranking terbaik, global ranking ya. Dengan juga kejayaan tersebut ditempatkan di tempat ke-7 ya, menerbangkan ya roket di paras udara 10 kaki. Maksudnya Malaysian made roket terbang di udara AS. So satu kejayaan yang amat mengagumkan. Okey, lipukan lagi. Okey, tahniah pada tim Wow Rocketry ya. Okey, tanpa membuang masa, saya nak perkenalkan Cik Van. So nama penuh Cik Vanmitha Athimoolan, betul eh? Okey, Cik Van kita adalah penuntut tahun akhir Pusat Pengajian Kejuruteraan Aero Angkasa, merupakan anak bongsu, anak kesayangan daripada 3 beradik berasal daripada Kelang, Selangor . So Cik Van memang aktif dengan majlis buayan pelajar di kampus kejuruteraan, dan juga memang selalu educate kan, menyertai competition dalam aero angkasa, roket dan sebagainya. Okey, dengan ini tanpa membuang masa, saya jemput Cik Van untuk berkongsi pengalaman beliau sepanjang mengetuai dan menyertai pertandingan di Spaceport, Piala Spaceport Amerika tahun 2022. Untuk penonton yang berada di Facebook yang menonton kita, kalau ada komen boleh komen, dan kita akan pin komen, dan in between the session kalau ada soalan saya akan bacakan. Dan juga untuk adik-adik di sini, jangan segan silu untuk bertanya juga pada Cik Van. Pokoklah seronok nak buat roket juga balik daripada ni kan. Okey, saya dengan segala bangga dan hormatnya saya persilakan Cik Fan. Okay, dipersilakan.
Terima kasih Tuan Pengerusi Majlis. Boleh saya cakap in bilingual, Malay and English. Sebab ada rocket term yang kena guna English lah. So adik-adik dekat sini tingkatan berapa? Okay, form 1, form 2, form 3, form 4, form 5. Okay, tak ada. Form 5 busy dengan SPM Okay, so as per Akak dah introduce dah, so let me introduce myself. I'm Vanmitha Athimoolan dari School of Aerospace Engineering, sekarang final year, and also the director of WOW Rocketry USM. So WOW Rocketry USM merupakan pasukan yang pertama, pasukan Malaysia yang pertama untuk bertanding di Spaceport America Cup. So not only that, we are also the first team from Southeast Asia to participate. So besides Malaysia, Team Thailand participated also last year. And the good news is we will also represent Malaysia again for 2023 Spaceport America Cup. Maksudnya tahun depan kami akan wakil negara juga untuk dengan roket baru, iaitu Hebat 2.0 under 10,000 feet kategori juga. So 10,000 feet tu dalam lebih kurang 3 km. Okay, so this is the team, and kita punya team vision is one team, one dream. The reason why I came up with this term, one team, one dream, is because kalau nak menjayakan satu impian, there must be a teamwork. Tanpa teamwork, nothing is possible. So we only had one dream, to launch Malaysia's rocket in United States, and with that we did it successfully. And we have two advisors, Dr. Norilmi and Dr. Chan, and mentor is Julian and Encik Ahmad Tamimi. So in that case, waktu kami start this project tu, memang kami tak ada knowledge on rocket. We don't even have the basic fundamentals rocket knowledge. Tapi how we did that? With continuous dedication and passion towards this project that we had. So memang the struggles were a lot. In terms of financial, memang kami punya budget and for this entire project was 250,000. So 250,000 tu for a student is a lot. Imagine for a businessman it may be a small money, but for a student untuk cari budget yang besar tu memang susah sangat. And then lagi-lagi kami nak launch rocket tu, memang in Malaysia no one believed in us. So waktu I pergi present dekat orang like industry ke, like sponsors ke, first thing they ask, roket kamu akan terbang ke? That's the first question. Lagi satu, dia orang tanya, you akan launch dekat Malaysia tak? Tapi launching a rocket in Malaysia is something not so familiarized yet. So in that case, kami cakap we do everything in simulation, calculation, hand calculation, and just software saja. Yang kami akan launch tu is straight in United States without testing in Malaysia. So straight, orang punya question is, you are going there representing Malaysia, saying that you want to launch in US, but tapi tak launch dekat Malaysia. Boleh ke macam tu? And they straight away laughed it off. They kata, this project is going to be a failure. Memang, if you want to achieve a dream, there will be a lot of people who will be there to discourage you. Mereka akan cakap, you memang tak boleh, your project will be a failure and so on. Tapi, we still went on because we believed in the knowledge that we get, and also we believed in our capability to bring Malaysian name up in aerospace industry. But fortunately, we had a lot of good people came over, and Malaysia Airlines sponsored our flight ticket. And also our USM University were very supportive. They sponsored, and School of Aerospace Engineering also sponsored. So throughout this 8 months project, at the end of the day, I managed to raise the money, 250,000, and brought my team without making them spending a single cent on this project. So that's one of the biggest success rate. Lagi satu challenge that we face is COVID. Waktu tu memang COVID. Sebab I dapat tahu pasal pertandingan ni waktu I first year tahun 2019. Tapi the next year I wanted to join, tapi COVID dah, so entire globally we went through lockdown. 2021 they had virtual. Siapa nak launch rocket dekat laptop kan? So I waited lah. Then 2022 they launched for physical. Okay, let's go for it. And then 3 days before they start the qualification round, that's where I find this team. I just put it up on WhatsApp je. Aku nak buat rocket, siapa nak join boleh join. So on that night I dapat 12 berapa orang? 11 orang. Yang baju merah tu is our mentor. And then spot our advisor. Advisor dekat sana yang comel-comel tu. On the left, second left. That's our advisor. Rest are my teams. So yeah, these people lah. And these are the people that I work day and night. Kadang-kadang kami takkan tidur. We just sleep in the student launch aero school. Next day morning bangun, then attend class. Waktu tu kelas semua online, so buka laptop dah boleh dah. So yeah lah, that's how we did. We work day and night. Like almost towards the competitions, we never slept properly. Then waktu kami pergi sana pun tak tidur juga. And then hurdles we face dekat US. First day nak launch, tiba-tiba hujan. Then organizer tu cakap, korang bawa hujan dari Malaysia ke? Because throughout this 20 years punya 15 years, last year was their 15th anniversary. In that 15 years, that was the first time it rained on the launch day. Sebab New Mexico tu is desert area. So dia tak pernah hujan kat sana. And then dia panas kering. Dan bila tiba-tiba hujan lebat, organizer kata, korang bawa dari Malaysia kan? And then second day expected to launch. Memang standing dekat launch queue tu, tiba-tiba angin kencang. Tak tahu dekat mana dia datang, ada storm. And then they scrub the launch. Memang waktu tu feeling macam, memang sedih lah, hampir nak nangis dah. Sebab waktu almost close already to launch, but then they scrubbed it, so we had to wait. But I know every delay there's a reason. So on the third day we wanted to launch, we loaded everything, motor semua assemble dekat US. Lepas tu waktu dia orang bawa dekat vehicle tu, tiba-tiba roket tu dah jatuh. Imagine loaded rocket dia jatuh. Kalau high pressure dia boleh burst out. Then my team were following behind, like 4x4 wheeler. Lepas tu kami pun macam almost get a heart attack. So terus turun and then we angkat the rocket, 35 kg rocket on our shoulders, 3 orang. Lepas tu pergi sana, we loaded. Sekejap, I tunjuk gambar easier. So this the gambar lah dekat launch rail. So waktu ni memang problem. Launch button is actually we use to masukkan inside the launch rail. And then we'll have a arming hole for electronic. So arming hole tu, lubang tu akan guna untuk activate electronic for parachute. So lubang tu and launch rail kami buat hampir like same line. So waktu same line, the launch rail blocking the hole, tak boleh activate. The blue shirt guy said, you have to take down your rocket, drill the hole larger. If that doesn't work, you have to disassemble the entire rocket, change the orientation. We already loaded. Entire Malaysians are watching live, 2:30 AM. How are you going to take it down? Memang that time was pressured. All the teams, that time they launched 6 to 7 rockets at one time. And then our rocket had this problem. That guy was pressuring lah. Dia kata memang kena bawa, kena turunkan roket. So we were finding ways. So what we did, this is the time lah, we bring the rocket. So this time we assemble. So what we did was, we find the smallest screwdriver ever. Dari depan, I guna my phone, give the torchlight sebab dalam tu dark kan. Then we managed to find the place and we activated it. So lepas activate, igniter ada problem pula. Igniter tu we use to activate the propulsion system. Igniter tu memang kena beli dekat US. It's from their vendor. And then I do not know how the wiring went wrong. Tak boleh activate. The organizer still pressure, you cannot launch today. You have to launch it next day. I was like, no, I'm going to launch it today. People are watching. So, but in that time, critical thinking comes in. So you have to act fast, because as an engineering student, you have to act fast to solve problems. Especially in aerospace industry, you must have the critical thinking. So my propulsion lead, he quickly unwired that entire wiring, he rewired back, and then the igniter worked. So after that we launched, but with that problem also I was I wasn't so confident. I'm not sure whether it's going to launch because this is Malaysia's first rocket, and kita tak pernah launch, tak pernah buat rocket. Kami launch kat sana, and then we have a lot of people saying criticisms. All the social media articles, media covered, right? Kalau you pergi tengok the comment section, oh my god. I tengok pun macam, I tak tahu nak sedih ke, nak marah ke, tapi at one point I just wanted to prove them wrong, saying that Malaysians boleh, Malaysia boleh. I just went with that spirit, Malaysia boleh, Malaysian students are capable to launch a rocket. And then countdown dah start, 10, 9 and on. Then launch, tengok-tengok rocket tak naik. Lepas tu apa jadi tiba-tiba tengok dia pergi. So the speed, because the reason is, my rocket traveled at subsonic speed. And then there are rocket travel at supersonic. Supersonic as in it travel faster than the speed of sound. And then memang subsonic speed is quite fast, right? We couldn't capture the rocket. And then it went up already 10,000 feet. Tengok-tengok turun, tak turun. Mana dia hilang? And then Sesi parachutes came out earlier. Main parachute dekat 10,500 kaki dia keluar. And then waktu dia nak turun tu memang ambil masa lama. For it to go from ground to 10,000 feet, dia ambil 4 second. Dia nak turun 10 minit. Kita pun tunggu-tunggu dan dah lah panas. So kami dah balik dah to the tent place. And then when we happen to get our rocket as how we launched, no structural damage. So in that case, we got full points for recovery. And that's why we got top 10 ranking in 10,000 feet. Other rocket, dia burst at the launch rail itself. Like Team Brazil, the rocket burst. Now other rocket, it went up, parachute tak keluar. Then dia terus masuk tanah lah. So once the parachute tak keluar, it's considered as a missile coming back to Earth, coming back to the ground. So ada rocket hilang, banyak rocket hilang kat sana. So that case I would say that this is actually Malaysia's pride, this rocket. And we also managed to inspire a lot of students. After that, I received a lot of messages from students, university students asking how to do this rocket, how to join the team also. Tapi umur tak cukup lagi. So, yeah, so to do a rocket, there is going to be a lot of challenges. This is actually final inspection day. We have to go for final inspection. They will inspect from the tip to the back part. Dia akan tengok every screw dia punya weight distribution berapa, like how much the weight that screw can withstand. So in that case, every calculation has to be precise. So this is the launch rail. Memang panas betul. And this is the team after launch. Di conference day, then waktu assembly. Ni gambar roket. Sempat lah untuk, ni gambar from the photographer from spot. Dia sempat ambil gambar, kami tak dapat. Yeah, this is the rocket flying. So this is waktu recovery, landing back. Ni dekat Malaysia Airlines. So Malaysia Airlines sponsored us. Ni dekat airport. So this is other team. This team is actually champion for Spaceport America Cup 2022. They were champion for payload, champion for 30,000 feet, and also champion for overall spaceport. Sebab dia punya scoring point was 1,100. Ours was 853. So you can see like the ranking doesn't differ much. The points is just like +2, +3. But top 3 is of course their points were like 900 to 1,000 something. Australian team. Yeah, this team is so strong. Their payload, they did a space debris capture. I do not know how they did that. They have so much brains. So, yeah, they did a space debris capturing simulation inside the rocket itself. So, yeah, this is other teams. We get to network with other teams like from other countries as well. This is from Mexico. Yeah, this is team explaining about payload to other team members. So this is where we actually learned a lot of new things on rockets. So for you to learn new things, you have to explore, expand your network. I tahu adik-adik tak ada phone kan, apa. So once you go back, like always communicate with your teachers and whoever expert. Let's say, I'm sure you all have ambition kan, impian. Siapa nak jadi angkasawan? Tak ada orang. Siapa nak jadi engineer? Aerospace atau chemical, EE, bio. Lagi aerospace tak ada. Aduh, satu orang je, kesian. So yeah, let's start to have your ambition now itself. Like I set my ambition when I was 10 years old. I tengok movie, lepas tu I said aku nak jadi astronaut. Lepas tu memanglah orang gelak, but I stick to that dream till now. I'm sticking to that dream. And also 2020 I represented Malaysia for career astronaut, and I got shortlisted and currently undergoing the astronaut training online. But I cannot go to US, so I have to go through it online. So no matter what, set your dream and work towards it. So but the reason why I'm asking you all to set the dream now itself, along the way, you can face a lot of challenges. You will feel lost. You will feel, alah tak nak buat, nak give up je macam tu. But at the end of the day, your ambition is what actually pulls you closer. Like waktu I nak buat rocket ni pun, kadang-kadang I pernah feel I want to give up. I just want to call off this project. The reason, financial pressure, tak ada duit nak pergi. And then dates were closing, and my mentor is pressuring, bila nak buat rocket, bila nak habiskan rocket. So it's like so many pressures from everyone, and then the social media criticism, aduh. So memang it's pressurizing. I really felt like aku nak give up je. But one thing that actually made me continue to do this is because I only had one dream, want to launch Malaysia's rocket. Because I wanted to do Malaysian rocket and launch it. That's it. The land doesn't matter, Malaysia ke US doesn't matter, but I want to launch a Malaysian-made rocket. So that's the thing that actually kept me motivated each and every single day. We had a lot of failures. Like banyak betul. Waktu when we did the rocket pun kan, this is the conference day. So when we did, the tube got stuck actually. This thing, kami guna aluminium mandrel, so guna epoxy banyak, dia stuck dekat tube. Tube tu dah lah mahal 200 ringgit I guess. So when it got stuck, kita dah ketuk banyak kali tapi dia tak keluar. So that's considered as a failure. So from that failure, we learned how to overcome that failure. We learned what is that thing that actually stopped us from reaching our goal. Our goal is to fabricate the tube. Tapi tube tu tak boleh fabricate sebab it got stuck. So every failure you face, be it in your class, be it in your subject, you aim to get A in your subject. Let's say science nak dapat A, science nak dapat 80, tapi tak dapat. Instead of just being sad, sedih, tak nak, just figure out why you never get that A. Figure out the way kenapa you tak dapat, which topic that actually pull you down from getting that A. So if you think that way, instead of saying that I failed, ask why you failed. That why, kenapa tu is very important in life. Kalau you nak succeed, that why will actually help you a lot. So that's how we actually solve a lot of problems in rockets. Trust me, none of us have experience. In Malaysia, kami nak buat facility pun tak ada. Other teams, they use filament winding machine. Diorang ada machine tau nak buat rocket nose cone. Ini kami guna tangan buat dekat on the floor. We did it on the floor. See, semua, everything is manual over here. Tengok, guna painter punya roll, doing the fiberglass panel thickness. This is how we actually calculate how many layers of fiberglass we need. You tengok tim lain, diorang tak pernah buat. Diorang tanya apa korang buat. So every time we have a lot of problems, struggles. But in that case, if you just keep thinking about the struggles, you will never find a way to achieve it. So instead, find solutions that actually brings you closer. That's how we find simple works. This thing looks simple. This thing doesn't even look so professional. But this is how we did our rocket. So, and the judge itself were really impressed with the way we did the rocket. So tengok, we measure every single thing. Ni team lead untuk structure dah gerak dah. Ni waktu meeting. Every week we'll have meeting. Ni body tube yang kami fabricate. Yang kat bawah tu dah paint dah. Sebelum paint memang macam ni. This is a mandrel. Tengok, mandrel pun team lain ada setup canggih. Kami punya setup ada tube, dekat sebelah tu ada brick. lepas tu ada stool. And then the fiberglass will be laying up on the floor. So that's how we did the rocket. So this is the journey lah. Memang it's not an easy journey, but we managed to pull it off. So tu je for the photos. And the next, Spaceport America Cup is actually world's largest competition. In fact, there is also NASA student launch rocket, but NASA is only for US citizens. So besides that, that is open for international is Spaceport America Cup. Lagi satu is European Rocket Challenge. That one we are actually planning to go in 2026 because we want to gain enough experience before we go to the European competitions. And you see, these are the 149 teams and 66 new teams. 22% were women, and the one who competed was 99 team. Sorry, sini ranking ada salah. We got 12th and 7th, and this time we had 63 international teams. So vision and mission. The reason why I started, kenapa I nak buat rocket? Sebab rocket ni kita boleh je main firework kan, tapi I nak buat actual rocket because wanted to shape the rocketry industry in Malaysia. Sebab as an engineering student, as an aerospace engineering student, I can see there is no much career opportunities. You think of most of the aerospace engineering graduates right now, they work in other industries sebab tak cukup. So for that, we have to be the change to bring the change. Sebab tu I started off this, so that somewhat the government will see the importance and find some sort of a platform for us to bring up the opportunities. And mission is actually create awareness about rocketry in Malaysia and also inspire them to join more spaceport competitions to develop the knowledge. And project mission was actually build the rocket and launch it to 10,000 feet. So this was the timeline. We started in October, finished in June. So along the way memang banyak journey lah. And yeah, this is the summary. The rocket is, sorry, dekat sini semua in US punya unit. So the rocket's length was 3 meter. Yang kat bawah tu is 2.5 meter kot, lebih macam tu. And the diameter is dalam lebih kurang 15 cm. Dia punya berat is 35 kg. Apogee is 3 km. Motor is aerotype. So hebat is actually acronym for hard work, experience, belief, achieve and together. I think with these 5 elements you can go anywhere further in life. So with proper teamwork you can achieve your goal. Rest of it, kalau you nak achieve you punya impian, your goal and everything, with these 4 things, you can do it. That's why we named Hebat. This is the launch day. Ada text glitches. Cuba besarkan. Balik kejap. Ada hang. dah hang.
Okay, sementara tu kita ada soalan sebenarnya. Boleh kita selitkan soalan daripada pelajar daripada Facebook ada yang bertanyakan soalan sebab tadi Cik Wan cakap pasal pressure and all the worries So soalannya selain daripada pressure on how to get the sponsorship, Rocket cannot launch properly, what else your biggest worries during this competition? Dia tanya biggest worry. Tadi dah cakap dah.
Besides sponsor, biggest worry is rocket tu akan terbang ke tak. Dia yang worry. So we have never seen a rocket launch. We only see firework rocket kan. Tapi seeing an actual rocket flying we have never seen. And then tengok-tengok the first 2 days ada rocket yang like there was a rocket exploded, then ada rocket tak dapat jumpa. So memang worry dia betul-betul it's terrifying lah. That 3 days I tak tidur. Kita pergi sana, we balik pukul 5 sebab the launch site is 1 hour away from kita punya rumah Airbnb. So waktu kita balik pukul 6-7, lepas tu makan, dan memang penat gila tapi I memang tak tidur. So I stay awake till like 3 sebab next day morning kita kena pergi to the launch site 3-4 o'clock. Launch window dekat sana buka pukul 5 pagi. So in that case, that throughout the night I make sure that every component is being assembled properly. And then I did multiple assemblies. Team member lain memang dia orang tidur. So I made sure, I stayed awake, I made sure everything is working fine. So that was the biggest worry lah. And then also our safety over there, because we going there for the first time memang agak worried. And then we don't even have a guidance. So guidance kita is Google Maps. So yeah, that's all.
Okay, kalau saya kan saya pula worry netizen Malaysia tu yang macam-macam
Itu memang lah. But we never really focus on the negative comments. Sebab walaupun let's say ada 10 orang maybe 5 orang akan bagi you the negative comments, but there will be at least 2 or 3 will be supporting you. So rather than focusing on the negative, you focus on the positive part. So memang the negative comments to you, instead of taking as, oh these people is discouraging, tak perlu, just take it as a challenge. Kalau adik tu kata I tak boleh buat, saya ada yang middle tu, yang pegang buku tu,
yang comel tu
so I cakap you tak boleh buat, tapi instead of taking it as a worry, you ambil as a challenge. Oh kakak tu cakap I tak boleh buat, I memang kena tunjuk dia I boleh buat. So take it as a challenge, and then with that you can go further in life. I think MRSM student memang semua pandai kot. Sebab MRSM kan quality memang tinggi. Then memang cream student of Malaysia.
Yeah, true. Okay, ada satu lagi soalan boleh Wan? Satu lagi soalan daripada pelajar kita For the next year competition, would you like to share your rocket plan? How does the coming event will be different from what you guys achieve in this year competition? So kita dah tahu untuk recruit member yang baru dah tutup so this coming ni lah yang akan buka ni untuk next year.
So recruitment for engineering dah tutup, but recruitment for business team is still open, so you can go to WOW's official social media and apply. Next year's rocket plan is Hebat 2.0 because the ranking that I got, 7th ranking, I'm not so satisfied. So I want to push that ranking in category to top 3. That's why we compete in 10,000 feet again, but with improved design of the current rocket. And improved design in case last year punya nose cone kami beli and import from US. This year kami nak fabricate sendiri, like buatan Malaysia. For now, I'm just trying to make that entire rocket 100% buatan Malaysia. Yang previous rocket is 80% is buatan Malaysia, 20% is from COTS. So this year's plan is actually to make it 100% buatan Malaysia. Another thing is actually implementing more precise simulations like CFD and also other related like tests that we need to do for the rocket to improve it. And for payload, we trying to put a live camera in it so that it can transmit to the ground station to record the footage at 10,000 feet. So that's one of the next plan. Lain tak boleh share lagi sebab belum plan lagi.
Ada lagi soalan?
Adik-adik boleh tanya soalan.
Hujung session. So yang di belakang tu rakan-rakan supporter Van
Oh, ada supporter. Thank you for coming. Boleh kot.
Sekejap. Yang dekat skrin video ni ada kat YouTube kan?
Okay. Oh, this is the problem. Okay. So this is the area. So that's our rocket. Ni dekat White Sands. The rocket parts. Memang kita punya journey was 38 hours. We were on flight. Hampir 2 hari. We played over there. Hari conference day and judging day. This is space debris punya payload. Ni waktu kita assemble motor dekat sana. The ejection test. She cannot see the rocket. It's a parachute.
Dia jatuh tempat yang sama ke?
Our landing was actually more precise compared to other teams. It landed near the launch site itself. Other team juga dia memang land dekat 3-4 km dalam. So memang ada yang dapat cari. We also got social media award. These are all our sponsors. So coming back to it, so other team that they managed to cari their rocket on the same day itself. Ada team yang tak dapat cari sampai hujung-hujung closing ceremony pun tak dapat cari. So the spaceport said, if we find the rocket, we'll ship it back to your country. If not, you're lost. So imagine 35,000 ringgit rocket hilang dekat sana. Memang it's quite heartbreaking, but with God's grace, we actually managed to find back our rocket. Our GPS, everything functioned well, and then no damage, and we are reusing it for the next rocket. Cut costs. So yeah. Any questions? Besides rocket pun boleh tanya juga. Oh, manage team memang susah. Sebab 12 orang, the way they think is very different. 12 orang, 12 types of thinking, 12 ways of work. But to make them all work in one way, in my way, is very hard. But instead of making them work in my way, I gave them the freedom to work in their way, but I set them the outcome, like the milestone. Like by this week, the rocket tubes must be fabricated. It's up to you how you want to do, where you want to do, what time you want to do, but at the end of that particular week, I need this, but they actually delivered. So management, one thing is, rather than controlling them to make them work in your way, we have to give them the freedom to think and do their work in their own way. But at the end of the day, the quality must be the same. The goal must be achieved. That's the thing that matters the most. So that's why I managed to do everything within the timeline. For the first team memang of course engineering skill kena ada, like design, in terms of design and also manufacturing. Sebab the rocket that we did is actually all the subjects that we learn from tahun 1 sampai tahun akhir. So in that case, ada final year juga. So in that case, the final year student, I was expecting them to be more skilled compared to the third year, second year students. So besides the skills, passion and dedication kena ada. So without these two, passion and dedication tak ada, memang at one point you will feel drained and then you won't feel motivated towards the project. So the one thing that is the most important thing is actually the passion and dedication you must have to do this project. Oh. Okay, the full mark is 1,000 points. 1,000 points have a few categories. First thing, kita kena submit progress report every 2 months. So in engineering, we'll call it as preliminary design review, critical design review, flight readiness and technical report. So the submission has to be on time. And then also the completeness of the report. Memang it has to be professional in terms of engineering punya professional side. That's number one, submission of progress report. Number two is the rocket's design. It must fulfill all the design criteria set by spaceport. And also recovery. Waktu kita recover back the rocket, we have to go to the KEMA, kena report balik that we already find back our rocket. They will inspect. Dia akan inspect rocket tu dari segi damage. Ada damage pada electronics ke, structure ke, ada pecah ke. Sebab ada rocket dia punya fins dah pecah. So they'll check all of that. Kalau semua okay, rocket untuk terbang and get back is 500 points. Lepas tu the progress submission was about 60. And then kita punya poster session dekat sana, kita kena present our project dekat sana. Why we do this rocket and what is the speciality of this rocket dekat judging. The judge datang, dia akan tanya macam-macam soalan dia akan tanya. So you must be able to answer all of that question. So all of this actually contributes to 1,000 marks.
Sorry if I'm not mistaken that you guys tak pernah test macam nak lancarkan roket tu dekat Malaysia kan. Macam mana you guys punya team tu macam confident yang akan roket tu akan lancar dekat US nanti?
We just pray to God. No, okay, in that case, of course kami buat ejection test yang tadi tengok kan dia separate. So that ejection test we did multiple times here. Kita buat kita punya black powder sendiri. It's actually illegal but we did it for educational purpose here. So the black powder sendiri tu we calculated, like kita beli charcoal sendiri, then tumbuk-tumbuk, blend, then whatever chemical yang kena add, everything, precise amount, calculate everything. So we did the ejection test here to find out berapa gram yang sepatutnya kena guna dekat US. So we find that out. We did, I think almost 5 to 10 tests we did ejection. Lepas tu parachute, kita macam kanak-kanak lah, lari dekat jalan the midnight. So to see whether we fold the parachute and then we lari to see whether it opens or not. Sebab wind tunnel dekat sini tak dapat muat kita punya rocket to test it. So we had to do it that manual way. And besides that, kita also ada open rocket software yang akan simulate the rocket punya altitude. So kita design the rocket in that software. Nanti ada boleh pergi explore open rocket. So kita bina and then we masuk semua subsystem. Avionic payload 4 kg. So terus masuk dia punya mass and everything. Motor pun terus boleh masuk. Like what class dekat sini kita guna aerotech kan. So we put that motor inside, we simulate to see the altitude, dia boleh capai ke tak. And then dari segi elektronik semua, like vacuum testing. Sebab for the rocket untuk lancar, propulsion is the most important part. So propulsion kita assemble dekat sana with the vendor. So that part almost settled. So lepas dia launch pergi 10,000 feet, waktu nak turun, parachute is the most important part, recovery. So for parachute is important, the opening must be really good. The way you fold the shock cords. Shock cords maksudnya tali. And then sebab kalau tali tangle, parachute akan buka, habis roket. And then avionics. Avionics maksudnya the electronics yang kami pakai untuk bagi dia buka, the ejection. So black powder tu make sure that it opens at the speed. So yang tu semua programming. Kita buat sini and then we run it here sebab we do the ejection here. So we run the simulations here to find out. So with that, we had the 100% confidence that our rocket will fly and come back. Just that dia punya at apogee drop kena buka, lepas tu at 900 feet main parachute kena buka. Because our rocket fell down, one of the shear pin actually dia dah pecah. So bila dia pecah and dekat apogee dekat 10,000 feet tu, drop dah keluar together with the main pun dah keluar, sebab tu memang lama sangat. So that's one of the setback that we had. It's setback as in the precise deployment tak occur for parachute over there. Walaupun dia dua-dua pun buka juga, but we wanted it to open at different altitude kan, different ketinggian. So yang tu tak dapat achieve lah. So for the next project we want to improve on that. Did I answer your question? Okay. Oh, in Malaysia, because the airspace is actually under CAM's control, so this rocket is actually flying at an altitude of a domestic aircraft for 10,000, 30,000 is an international. So if you want to launch, we need to have a wide space area, like macam you tengok dekat New Mexico kan, memang besar gila dia punya area. And in Malaysia, I'm not sure whether we have that big space or not. And number two, kalau nak launch, there's a lot of procedures that we need to go through. And lagi-lagi, this is a sounding rocket. It's very, very dangerous. So I am trying to work on that so that for the next 30,000 feet, we can actually do the test launch in Malaysia before we bring it to US. So yeah, that's one of the setbacks that we have now. Soalan lain?
Is there any prize for winning the tournament? Is there any prize? Prize or reward?
Prize. Okay, the prize as in for payload, they give like first prize they have 750 USD, 700 ke 1,000 tak ingat. And for Spaceport America Cup, they'll give piala lah, the trophy and the certificate. Other than that, they have recruitments from companies like Blue Origin, Virgin Galactic. Their aerospace companies will come there. So if they see any students who actually present their rocket, like their design is really top-notch, means they'll hire them. But unfortunately, we Malaysians don't have that opportunity, so they are actually tied up to ITA regulation. So meaning they can only hire US students. Let's stop there. In terms of that, as far as I've talked to the industry people, what they said is for us, especially from Malaysians who want to work over there, we need to get the PR, US PR. So that's one thing. Because the companies that they come under there was under the industry of military and defense. It's not space industry. If it's just from space, I think there is an opportunity for us to work. But if it's from military and defense, there's no way.